Tyler Bass about ready to get us going.
And off we go to wrap up a busy weekend of football. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Down. Check right. Faster.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, it's Tua. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
That's multiple times now. He's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Allen. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
Brandon, never ceases to amaze me just how fast these defensive ends are in the game nowadays. Part of that is what we've seen in college football, where they've gotten smaller and faster on the defensive side of the ball. But they've brought that to the NFL because it is hard for an offensive lineman to keep them away from the quarterback.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. to the air. Allen. It's reeled in by Baldwin. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Now, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the ground, Cook. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That good for 19 on a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll run with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Moss. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Moss once more. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal.
From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Just a wee bit wide left, and this will remain a scoreless game. So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
Ready.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Tua. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tua sets up to pass it. He finds his target, Ebron. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Okay, so roughing the passer, I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see Week 1 is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Tua going to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Bills are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Allen. Finding Knox there, complete.
He's up to the 20.
And he's got some space here.
Still on his feet. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. On play action, Allen. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Cook up the gut. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Allen going to throw. And he completes it to the tight end Knox. Touchdown! Dawson Knox, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bills post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Looking to throw again on second down. Tua. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Cook following the penalty. And a loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles. Because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
56.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
And
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Allen. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted.
Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
After the turnover, it's Tua. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that will bring up 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Ready.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Tua. That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They tried out there, Charles, at the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you to come in like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Ebron caught. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Now this is picked up by the Bills.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Middle.
Give to Cook out of the gun.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Dolphins' 28-yard line.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
3rd down. Here's a run by Cook.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
So on 4th down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit.
Spotted at the left hash, this from 45.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Bills will add on to their lead.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Take it in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
So after the INT, it's Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
On 2nd down, Cook, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He hits Baldwin right side.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Allen off the play fake. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Allen to throw it. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Now Cook running right. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen uncorks one for Davis.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run with Edmonds again. Uses the stiff arm. They find some open field here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll go out to the flat for Edmonds.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Tua now on 1st down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Tua. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Black ultra. Red cycle. Let's go.
From midfield, here's Tua. Ebron with it over the middle.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here we go. Here we go. 6, 7.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook. They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action, but other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
This is fielded at the 27.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to pass. Tua. Fuller brings it in over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
A gain of 10 brings up third and 10.
Let's go. Striker, 3-3.
We are through three quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Now Tua. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Give that sack to Kaiir Elam on the corner blitz.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here from the 38. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards.
And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills 1st down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
On second down, here's a run with Moss.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Stephon Diggs, a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Bills are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0.
Dolphins, nothing. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation points, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
They'll roll him out right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Again, it's Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Ready, set.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Miami Dolphins. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready, break. Field, black.
Tua sets up to pass it.
That's out to the flat for Edmonds.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation. Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Regular.
Here's Cook again.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, that'll do it. These week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for Buffalo, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for Miami, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.